Welcome to the news at 9ish.
Today is Friday, January 12th, and today is National Work Harder Day.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. You may be seated.
Good morning, Twin Valley Elementary Center, and happy January to all of you. I hope everyone had a happy new year, and of course, welcome back to TVC. It's a big couple months up ahead of us with lots of learning, so I hope you guys are ready to work hard. I do have a couple level up classrooms as well as our TVEX this morning, and also a reminder, one thing that I had a faculty meeting, I was talking to staff, there seems to be a lot of toys coming into the school right now. And I know it's after the holidays and everything, but we do not need toys to be coming into the school. Big reason is that it distracts everybody, and I don't want you guys distracted because I want you guys to be learning. So keep the toys at home, please. All right, with that service message, I'm going to get into the level ups. We have, actually 4 classes leveled up. We have Mrs. Rotoloni. Her class leveled up, and they are going for level 4, so congratulations to them. Mrs. Sanger's class leveled up. They're going for level 3. We have Mr. Wolf's class, who leveled up and is also going for level 3. And Mrs. Trofo reached level 3, and the class chose a Friday afternoon movie break. So congratulations to those 4 classes, and I'll change the board as soon as I can. All right, let's get into the TVEX. Got quite a bit because it's 2 weeks since we got back from break. I'm going to start with Brooke Tietz. This is from Mrs. Moyer. Brooke is in Mrs. Trofo's class. Brooke offered to stack her classmate Luke's chair because his knees got scraped up at recess, and she didn't want him to hurt himself more. Thank you, Brooke, for being so thoughtful and kind. Brooke, great job. TVEC for you. From Mrs. Moyer again, Miss Trofo's class. Wyatt created a personal log for himself. This is Wyatt Evan. Personal goal for himself to improve his writing skills and abilities. He has come a long way from the beginning of the year and made significant progress. Recently, he has been very proud to have written some longer pieces, which include complex sentences, and he uses his nicest, neatest handwriting. Keep up the great work, Wyatt. Wyatt, that's great. TVEC for you. Jaden Rosado from Mrs. Moyer and Miss Trofo's class. Jaden has shown consistent effort to get all his classwork accomplished. He asks for help when needed and is always very respectful and appreciative of the assistants. Likewise, I appreciate working with him. So Jaden, TVEC for you. Remy Heller and Haley Devaney in Miss Schul's class. They go above and beyond to complete their weekly homework when the class has earned, even if the class earned a week of no homework. Remy and Haley continue to do their math and reading every night, even when they didn't have to. Awesome job. That's 2 TVECs for Remy and Haley. Great job to both of you. That really shows great persistence and effort to keep getting smarter. All right, we have Alec Garshigan from Mrs. Gruen's class. Alec is engaged in learning every day and shares his enthusiasm for school with his classmates. So Alec, congratulations, TVEC for you. Kendall Zimmerman, Salome Paracastano, and Rowan Tolucci from Mrs. King. Trofo, it's Mrs. King, and they're in Trofo and Rotoloni's classrooms. These 3 girls asked if they could come help my students with a classroom tradition. They came in and worked hard and were being great role models for our first graders. So that's 1. I got to get some more here. 2, 3 TVECs for Kendall, Salome, and Rowan. We have Eve Aronson, and this is from Mrs. Clemmer. Eve's in Mrs. Abadusky's class. Eve was incredibly gracious when I made a mistake with her birthday book. Eve, you are so kind, and please don't change. And that was awesome, recognizing that it was a simple mistake, Eve, and your forgiveness was wonderful. TVEC for you. Hannah Stevens, Mrs. Abadusky's class. Hannah Stevens helped a student with his job as a mailman when he needed help, and she did it cheerfully. Very nice job, Hannah. TVEC for you. Zoe Zetka for Mrs. Abadusky. And by the way, Zoe, again, I think I said this before, my favorite name to say in the whole school. Zoe Zetka. Zoe helped a student who was absent catch up with her math homework. Way to be helpful, teacher assistant Zoe. There's a TVEC for you. We got Sammy Sparborough and Rania Elementasir from Mrs. Abaduski's class. Sammy and Rania cleaned and organized all the cubbies during cleanup time. They hung up coats that were tossed on the floor, organized backpacks on hooks, and swept up the dirt on the floor from being outside for recess. What a nice difference it made in the classroom. Thank you so much, girls. So Sammy and Rania, TVECs for you. We have Olivia Lende and Lily Gillespie, Mrs. Turlin's class. Olivia and Lily exemplifying the meaning of TVEC pride. They are amazing second graders who are always ready to learn, always following school and classroom rules, always respectful and kind, and never give up when work is challenging. You shine, ladies. So Olivia and Lily, TVECs for you guys. Congratulations. Connor Ousley from Mrs. Turlin. Connor is an active participant in our class discussions on a daily basis. He is a deep, critical thinker and active learner. Way to grow, Connor. So Connor, TVEC for you. Bryce Estes, Miss Wright's class. While playing outside at recess, Bryce picked up 3 pieces of trash without being asked. Thank you for helping to keep our school clean place to be. Bryce, that is really awesome. You can tell someone's character if they see trash that's not theirs and they pick it up and throw it away. That shows great character. Bryce, TVEC. Whoops, I missed. TVEC for you. All right, next up, Connor Block from Mrs. Lonsdale. Connor's been working really hard solving multi-digit addition and subtraction problems. He's giving it his all and not giving up. So that is awesome. Great job there, Connor. TVEC for you. Ryder Richard in Mrs. King's class. Ryder's working hard at learning to read and on his writing skills. It says every single day he brings his best work and gives 100%. So Ryder, that's a TVEC for you. Abraham Hidalgo Lino, Mrs. King's class. Abraham is working hard at following directions, and he's so kind and polite to others. He always says please and thank you and uses his best manners. And folks, I want to see more of that, whether you're coming into school and saying hello in the morning when we greet you, or you're in the cafeteria getting lunch from our cafeteria ladies, you're saying please and thank you. Those polite things go a long way. So Abraham, congratulations, TVEC for you. Brinkley Reppert, Miss Burns' class. Brinkley often participates in class and enjoys organizing materials at the end of the day. So Brinkley, great job being a class participant and making sure to help the classroom as well. TVEC for you. Lila Nukwi, Miss Jim Gochian's class. So far after break, Lila has come back focused and ready to learn. Keep it up, Lila. TVEC for you. Emerson Nudie, Miss Berger's class. Emerson Nudie is a fabulous student. Always tries her best, participates, and is helpful to her teacher and peers. So that is awesome, Lila. That's a TVEC for you. Jaden Rosado. Whoa, we got a double one. 2 for Jaden Rosado, Miss Trofa's class. He returned from winter break ready to learn. Excuse me. Now I lost my spot. With a positive attitude and ready to take on new challenges. Keep it up, Jaden. Awesome job. TVEC for you. Anna Wynn Bennett, Miss Berger's class. Anna Wynn is a great role model in class, pays attention, completes all her work, raises her hand, and is helpful to her teachers and peers. So Anna Wynn, or Winnie I should say, that is a TVEC for you. We have Logan Lewis from Mrs. Trofo's class. Logan's been working very hard to complete all of his assignments in class. He's been extra focused and trying his very best to get his job done. Keep up the great work, Logan. Logan, I'm really happy to hear that. Keep up the good work and make sure you get that stuff done. Way to go. TVEC for you. Evie Seimer for Mrs. Trofo. Evie is a great role model for her peers. She consistently completes her class work and gives 100% every day. And it says she is kind and also patient to everyone. So great job. Thank you, Evie. There is a TVEC for you. We have Scarlett Eccleston, Logan Hopton, Kay McGinnis, Beckham Tolucci, and Cora Zimmerman. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students. It says here, a large portion of water was accidentally spilled during bus dismissal. And these students jumped up to clean it up quickly. They worked together to get it all cleaned up before their buses was called and made sure that no one else was slipping on it. So that's a great job. So I think that was 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that goes to Scarlett, Logan, Kane, Beckham, and Cora, Mrs. Kings. Connor Osley. Wow, I think this is 2 for him as well. Connor stopped to help a friend who dropped her clipboard and all of her papers while her class was coming inside after science inquiry. Let's see. Oh, I lost my spot. Oh, thank you for being a kind kid. And you know what? Again, doing something when no one else is really looking and just trying to help out shows great character. So Connor, TVEC for you. we have Blake Grabiak in Mrs. Rotoloni's class. Blake is a superstar. He consistently demonstrates self-control and tries to set a good example by showing the respect signal. He is a kind friend, great worker, and even one of his classmates noticed how well he's doing. So Blake, tell you what, I've noticed as well, and I've heard a lot of other staff members say something about how far you've come and how much you've grown. So Blake, great job. TVEC for you. We have Cherish Dukman and Havana Valerio, Miss Rotoloni's class. Cherish and Havana could have watched the movie I was showing, but instead spent time cleaning up the classroom before winter break. The room was a mess, and I greatly appreciate how they took the time to make it clean as a whistle. So Havana, TVEC for you, and Cherish, TVEC for you. Jackson Miller in Mrs. Rotoloni's class. Jackson has repeatedly reported to me students are in class he noticed doing something exceptional. Wow. Whether at lunch, recess, special, or in class, Jackson makes sure to know if a student in our class does something kind, helpful, or smart. What a great flip on things. Instead of complaining about what other people are doing, what Jackson's doing is he's seeing somebody that's doing something really well and letting us know the positive things about folks around him. So I am really impressed with that. Jackson, TVEC for you. Great job. All right, Gene Garman, Miss Lonsdale's class. Gene is a very caring friend and classmate. He'll often go out of his way to help a student. Way to go, Gene. Gene, TVEC for you. Aubrey Stacy from Mrs. Lonsdale. This week, Aubrey has been working hard in class, been doing a wonderful job participating and getting her work done. Great job. That is a TVEC for you. Let's see. John Roach and Nathaniel Slider in Mrs. Lonsdale's class. John and Nathaniel are excellent role models in the class for treating others kindly. They are always going out of their way to help their classmates find materials or even pack up, and they are always showing kindness to everyone around them. And I would agree with that. I just observed in Miss Lonsdale's class, and those boys were doing just like that. So things like that. So John, Nathaniel, TVEX for you. Sammy Andujar Costa, Miss Weaver's class. Sammy gave his best effort on writing this week. He took his time, used his best handwriting, and worked through each part of his words to be the best speller that he could. Sammy, proud of you. TVEC for you. Chloe Goulden in Miss Weaver's class. Chloe always sets a great example in the hallway. She travels quietly and is a great role model. So Chloe, we need more folks doing exactly like that. Here's a TVEC for you. Maeve Heller and Izzy Evans in Mr. Wolf's kindergarten class. Maeve and Izzy have been so kind and patient helping our new student adjust to our classroom routines without even being asked. They have helped him with his iPad, his work in small groups, and overall classroom routines. Thank you so much, girls. Thank you for helping out another student. Maeve, and we got Izzy, so TVEX for you guys. Logan Thompson, Mr. Wolf's class. A friend was worried about not having her gloves on a cold day at recess, and when Logan overheard this, he gave the friend his extra pair of gloves to wear. Wow, Logan. Very impressed with that. TVEC for you, sharing your extra gloves to keep someone else warm. And Zach Phillips in Miss Trofo's class. Zach comes to school excited and ready to learn every day. He also puts forth his best effort. He has a positive attitude about trying and learning new things. That tells me that Zach is going to be headed for success. And knowing Zach, I couldn't agree more, Mrs. Trofo. So Zach, TVEC for you. All right. I know that was a long list. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and an awesome weekend. And remember, make sure you treat yourself well and always be kind to others, everyone. It's really important. All right. Have a good day. Bye, everybody.